In suspected terror attack, passengers narrowly escape a bus explosion. Qassam rocket fired from Gaza Strip into southern Israel. Jews, Christians, and Muslims rally in Jerusalem against price tag attacks. And American rock stars announce they will play festival at Bloomfield Stadium. Shalom and welcome to the Jerusalem Post News. Here are the headlines for Monday, December 23rd. Disaster was narrowly averted in Bat Yam on Sunday when a bomb detonated in the back of a bus. The device was spotted inside an unattended bag, and over a dozen passengers were quickly evacuated shortly prior to the explosion.
It's a bus inside the Tel Aviv area, and it comes to Bat Yam, and they find out that there is something that they cannot recognize. And they called the cops, and the cops were there in 4 minutes. And after 4 minutes, they take everybody out from the bus. It was a big miracle for us.
Police say that they are suspecting a terror attack. While no one has taken responsibility for the bomb, an Islamic Jihad source was quoted as saying he hoped it would encourage the resumption of suicide attacks, and Hamas also saying they welcomed the attack. The blast was the first terrorist bombing in Israel since the IDF's November 2012 Operation Pillar of Defense, when a bus bomb in Tel Aviv left dozens of people injured. Security forces this morning located the remains of a rocket that was fired from the Gaza Strip into southern Israel overnight. The rocket was found in the Ashkelon Coast Regional Council after code red sirens were sounded in the area shortly after midnight on Sunday. The projectile exploded near residential homes in the area. However, no injuries or damage was reported in the attack. A group of Israeli Jews and Arabs rallied on Sunday morning in front of the Prime Minister's office in hopes of swaying the government to crack down on price tag attacks and deem them as acts of terror. The group held painted signs with the names of villages that had recently been attacked. There have been at least 176 incidents in the last 3 years in which Jewish extremists have targeted Arab or Christian property, including mosques and churches on both sides of the pre-1967 lines, and in some cases executed personal attacks. Palestinian official Ahmed Milchem, who heads the Popular Council in Wadi Ara, said there is no reason to refrain from classifying these attacks as terror. Referring to them as cancer, he urged Netanyahu to side with democracy and peace by bringing the perpetrators to justice. Two of the world's biggest 90s alternative rock bands, the Pixies and Soundgarden, will headline a 2-day festival at Bloomfield Stadium on June 17th and 18th. Soundgarden's Chris Cornell has performed in Israel twice as a solo artist, in 2009 and in 2012, and the rocker says he is looking forward to finally be returning to Israel with Soundgarden. The Pixies, who are scheduled to open the festival, were also slated to headline a festival in Tel Aviv in 2010. The group ended up canceling their performance in the aftermath of the Mavi Marmara incident, in which 9 Turkish activists aboard a Gaza-bound flotilla were killed. Evidently, better days are here, and Pixies producer Shuki Weiss on Sunday called the booking the realization of a dream. That's all we have time for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, shalom and goodbye from the Jerusalem Post studio.